Hello everyone, we are back in the kitchen making something new once again, and today we are making something that I am really excited to try. I've been wanting to try and make this for a very long time, and as you probably know from the title, we are going to attempt to make butter from some cream just in this jar. Apparently it is really simple to do, and it's something I've wanted to try to do for ages. So we're going to give it our best bet. Apparently all you need to do is put the cream in the jar so it's about half full, and then shake it for about 15 minutes past the whipped cream stage until the butterfat and the buttermilk separates, and then obviously separate off the buttermilk, save that for some lovely pancakes, and then knead the butter through some ice water until the water goes clear, and voila, you've got butter. It sounds really simple. I've never tried to do it, but in today's video we're going to try. So without further ado, I think we just got to pop the jar open and put the cream in. Literally, apparently that simple. So I don't know how much cream this is going to hold, but we've got very thick double cream, which is refusing to come out the pot, because of course it is. Let's get ourselves a spoon to help with that. It's been in the fridge, so it's probably solidified a bit. But we'll get all of that in there. Right, so that is one pot. I think we can go for two. I suppose it's supposed to be about half full, and it looks like that'll be about right. Once that obviously all settles out. There we are. And essentially, apparently what we've got to do is seal this nice and tight and just shake it for 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is exactly that. I'm going to time lapse it so you don't have to sit here for 15 minutes watching me shake a jar. And hopefully we end up with some butter. That was genuinely one of the hardest 15-minute workouts I've ever done. I've got a hell of a pump now, but we have a separated wad of butter and buttermilk now in this jar. And it actually took a little bit less than 15 minutes. It got about 12 minutes in. To get that, I had to have a little monster break halfway through to give me some energy to keep going. But yeah, we have got our butter and buttermilk ready to go. So next thing is to separate out the butter and the buttermilk, obviously keeping the buttermilk for tomorrow morning's pancakes, which will be lovely. And then we've just basically got to knead the butter through ice water until nothing more comes off of it. So let's get that done, eh? So here we are then. We've got a jug for the buttermilk and obviously a sieve to keep the butter. I think most of it will probably want to stay in the jar, to be honest, but let's pour it out. Yeah, there we go. It's coming. It's coming. There we are. Big old water butter. And we got a little bit of residual left in the jar, but to be honest, that can stay there for now. And we have got a nice amount of buttermilk coming through, which, as I said, we're going to save for tomorrow's pancakes. Now I'm going to get a big bucket of ice water, basically, and get my hands dirty. So here we are. Then we've got a very cold bucket of water here, and good job we're doing this in a heat wave because that is icy. But let's grab our butter, which is feeling proper buttery, get it in there and just knead it through. Now, this is one of the most horrible things I've ever done, but we are getting somewhere. We're going to get the water off it to be clear, which is a task. I mean, look at my hands. What are we doing? I must be doing something wrong here, because this is feeling absolutely mental. But basically, I think it's said to essentially do this and sieve it, and do this and sieve it until the butter stays solid. But this is absolutely mental. Oh, and really, really cold. All right, so we have done a rinse off of the water, and the butters are holding its shape a bit more, and it's starting to feel a bit more buttery. And we basically just got to keep doing this, rinse and repeat with the cold water until the butter holds its shape really well through the kneading, and the water ends up pretty much clear. So I think 1 or 2 more buckets of water and we will be there. Right, so we are on our 3rd bowl now, and the water has stayed pretty much clear. So I think we have got our butter nicely separated. Now the next step is to salt it. So I'm going to get rid of the water, then add a couple tablespoons of salt, a couple teaspoons of salt, knead that in nicely, and we'll be pretty much done. So yeah, the final thing is we're going to add some salt, and I should have a nice big thing of table salt, and it said to add about a tablespoon, but I'm just going to play it by eye. I quite like salty butter, so we'll just drizzle some in, maybe a little bit more. And now once again we're getting our hands dirty. Some lovely salty butter, that's what we want. Oh, it's one of the weirdest feeling things ever, playing with this butter, but you know, we're doing it, and it feels like butter, and it looks really nice. So I feel like once this is all kneaded up, we need to wrap it in some foil and get it in the fridge ready to use on our toast. We've had the butter in the fridge for about 20 minutes. There's nothing left to do but to try it. Look at that bad boy. And there's nothing better to try our own butter on than just a crusty bit of white bread. Lovely bit of bread and butter is the way to go. Let's get that spread on there. I am so excited about this. You guys have no idea how much bread and butter is my absolute jam. No pun intended. Oh, I'm excited. I mean, just look at that. That's ridiculous. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's fantastic. That's so nice. I got the salt perfect. For me anyway. Some people might not like it that salty, but I certainly do. I'm getting crumbs in my beard, but I will definitely be using this butter every morning for my bagels. No doubt about it. That has been another absolute roaring success. So it means now I can essentially go down to a dairy farm somewhere, ask for some just straight up cream, and make my own butter very easily. Like, that was super easy. Obviously, we use store bought cream. That's just, how it has to be sometimes. But that is fantastic. I'll definitely be doing it again. Way better than any butter I buy in the store. Obviously, a lot of the butters these days have rapeseed oil and stuff to make them spreadable. But that's just straight up butter, and it's utterly fantastic. I'm going to go for a full dunk there. Oh, that's so good. I'm well happy with that. I'm so pleased. I come in to make these things for this channel sometimes, and I'm like, no idea how it's going to go. Could be an absolute failure. And every single time, it is bob on, absolutely perfect. And I don't understand why more people don't do it. So if you guys want to catch more stuff that I make here on the channel, might be as easy as butter or as complicated as home brewing something, let me know what you want to see me try. Make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing. Go check out all the other videos in the playlists. We've got loads of stuff here on the channel. Really, really excited to keep going. And of course, leave a like if you like the cow butter dish, because it's fantastic. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Making Butter for the First Time. I'll catch you in the next one.